All right. I believe Orange Clemson Sports Network. Such a time as this, we got a lot to talk about. We're our weekly I Bleed Orange podcast. We do every Tuesday night at 7:30. I'm with Rowdy Tiger. I'll talk a little bit about basketball, which has been pretty daggone exciting lately. A little bit about what's going on in the football world, and we got baseball starting Friday. Sponsored by the Pendleton Candy Company, and also want to mention Bixby's will be doing a live show there for the spring game. Anyways, without further ado, I got Rowdy Tiger on here, and been quite a interesting couple days in the basketball world.
Hey, man, all I can say is what a game on Saturday, and we tied the record against UNC in 1977. Was a 20-point loss. We tied that on Monday last night. And again, I think I said it to you last night. I've still yet to find where Clemson's basketball beat UNC and Duke in the same year.
Yeah, and I
cannot find anything that says that we did.
This was the year we did it.
Historic season that we are on right now. Now, granted, look, a lot of the UNC fans out there are going to be like, oh, well, you didn't get us at our prime. You didn't get us at the, look, it is what it is. But, and I wish, North Carolina would have been a top 5 ranked team at the time too. But, hey.
Duke was number 2 when we beat them.
Well, yeah, Duke was number 2. But I'm just saying is, a lot of UNC fans are kind of out there going, oh, well, you didn't get us when we were our greatest. And I'm like, well, maybe we didn't. But we still get the win. Obviously UNC's on a down year, unfortunately on that. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But, hey, we took you both down. I'm happy about that. And we're on a historic roll right now. Finished the season strong. Just a little couple recap for the Duke game. We had 58.8 field goals percent. We were 40% on the free throws. We had 12 turnovers. And, that's something I kind of want to talk about a little bit is, one of the things that I feel like Coach Brunell needs to definitely work on is turning the ball over. I mean, Georgia Tech, we turned the ball over a lot. Duke, we turned the ball over a lot. That game would have probably not have been as close if we didn't turn the ball over and got points on those turnovers.
Exactly. I would say last night you played about as good as game as we can play.
Yeah, but again, I can go to that and show you the turnovers there. We had 36 rebounds in the Duke game to their 23. But let me pull this up real quick.
Well, I'll tell you who's got my attention is Victor Larkin.
Here, listen, we won 85-65, right?
Right.
Duke game, we had 12 turnovers, right? And we barely beat them. We beat them, but it was close, right?
Yeah. Kind of
15 turnovers last night.
15?
15 turnovers.
Did we have 15?
15 turnovers.
And we won by
13 turnovers.
Okay.
But we had 41 rebounds.
Yeah, we had a lot of rebounds.
We were rebounding the ball very well, but man, 15 turnovers. And just think about this now, okay? 15 turnovers, and we still won by 20 points. Now think about if we reduced those turnovers down.
Do you
we would have blown them even further away, number one.
What's even crazier, we shot 48%. Almost 50% for 3 points. That's unheard of. Actually,
we were on fire with 3 points.
When shooting 40% or better from the free throw line.
We were on fire with 3 points.
Yeah, Chase Hunter was hitting them. Larkin was hitting them. Big Victor was hitting them for 3 points. He had 20 points at halftime. Ended up 22.
Now go to the Georgia Tech game.
Yeah.
And we had 13 turnovers.
Yeah.
Okay. 13 turnovers. And we were 32.4% at the three throw line. Okay. For the threes. And that was one of the things, and I was texting you during that game that was driving me absolutely crazy. We could have won the game in regulation. We could have won the game in the first overtime and the second overtime.
Yeah.
But instead, we had the ball at the last seconds in both the regulation, the first overtime, and the second overtime.
Yeah.
And we tried to go for a 3-point to win the game. When all you needed was a 2-point to win the game. Drive the basket, throw it up there. Hopefully you get fouled, and the game's over.
That game wore me out, man.
Like I said.
Well, like I said, I think we were looking ahead to Duke.
And maybe so.
Oh, we just had this game.
But we could have won that game if we would have been if we would have stopped going for 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Literally 3-pointers.
Well, we weren't making them. Yeah.
And that was the thing. Look, in the Duke game and the UNC game last night, we were kind of hot with those 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Okay.
48%.
Georgia Tech game, the whole game of regulation, we were missing a lot of 3-pointers.
Yeah.
A lot of 3-pointers were getting missed.
But
if you're not making them, then you don't go get them.
This Victor guy, man, he was a transfer, NIL.
Well, he fouled out early in the Georgia Tech game, which didn't help.
Yeah. But, man, I mean, he had 20 points in the first half last night, 5 block shots, 6 rebounds. The dude, I mean, is all over the place. Had 22 points in the Duke game. I think he's got a lot of potential. I mean, I'm thinking they're looking at him going pro. I mean, this guy is one of the more dominant players on our team right now. Shep had 10 rebounds last night. Hunter had 19 points. So, Hunter's pretty consistent with his points. Yeah. So everybody kind of played an all-around game last night. It really wasn't close.
Oh, it was a great game last night. I enjoyed watching. I mean, I said, I was getting frustrated with the amount of times we were turning the ball over, but we were hitting 3-pointers.
Yeah. Turnovers will kill you in anything. Football.
Victor Locken was on point. I mean, none of the guys fouled out last night, which was awesome.
So that takes us to what, 20-5? Got about 5 games left.
Yeah. We got this Saturday at 12 p.m. noon. We face Florida State at Florida State. We handled them pretty well the first time we played them. But, Florida State's not a knockover either. They're 14-9 sitting right now. This also will be played on the CW network for channel purposes. But, look, we can't get ahead of ourselves and be looking down the road at anybody else.
One game at a time.
We've got to look at Florida State and face Florida State and not get complacent about, we beat them pretty bad the first time we played them. When was that we played them?
When 1981,
we beat them 77-57 in the first round. Okay. And granted, we blew them away, but can't get complacent in how bad we beat them last time. Florida State can easily beat us.
Yeah, we had a player A game with Duke. I think we could even play better. But we had them and beat them. I was really surprised. I was down there, man. They got a big basketball following. I've never seen that many fans from the opposite team at a basketball. Duke.
Oh, Duke, yeah.
I was down there early. I got downtown Clemson, right? So 2 o'clock, walked around, went to SO Club. I mean, a bunch of Duke fans down there.
6-hour drive. Duke travels well. I mean, Duke has always traveled well. They go to games, because they know that their chance of winning is a high percentage of winning. So
yeah. So I'm trying to remember. It's 1980. Well, I know it's 1981 we won a national championship football, and then we won it again in 2016.
Yep.
Right? It's 35 years. Is that right?
Yep.
So if we win the ACC, we hadn't won the ACC championship, 19 whatever, it's been 35 years this year. We win. So we won the ACC championship. I think we got a chance to do it, and we've only done it one time before.
Yeah.
So we win. The numbers look good. 35 years on football, 35 years on basketball.
This team is good. They're really good. If they can get rid of these turnovers, I mean, we're averaging –
our defense
just in 3 games, we're averaging, 12 turnovers a game.
If you really watch the defense, I know it's boring to watch defense, but they are all over there. I mean, our defense gives teams problems. I mean, we get our fair share of turnovers, but we got them running all over the place, pressure. They're not getting a lot of easy shots.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
Duke couldn't miss a 3-pointer, and I was like, why are we even letting them have the chance to shoot a 3-pointer? You know, stick on them like white on rice, man. Don't let them have the chance. Make them drive the basket.
Yeah.
But,
I still think 23rd is still being disrespected.
I mean, yeah, obviously it is, you know.
And then I wonder what we move up by beating UNC. It's just, you know.
I mean, I think we'll definitely move up after crushing UNC the way we did. You know, again, like I said, we got a few days here, and then we got Florida State on the road.
Well,
we beat Florida State on the road. I think that'll definitely get us more up there. So
I believe we're
Florida State. Then we got SMU in SMU, and then Notre Dame comes to us on Wednesday to finish out February.
I don't believe
and then we go into March to finish 3 games in March. We got Virginia on the road, and then we have Boston College on the road, and then we finish the season at home versus Virginia Tech. I mean, if we win out,
we got to buy.
Don't lose any one of those games. We win out. I could see us sitting somewhere around the top 10.
Yeah, not only that.
Like maybe 10, 8, maybe 9.
If we win out, we'll be number 1 in the ACC, right?
Not necessarily.
We lost
because Duke was we were the Duke's first loss in the ACC. So they only have 1 loss in the ACC. So if Duke wins out, which let me see really quickly.
How many losses? We got 2 losses. We got 2 losses in the ACC. We lost to
let's see here. So Duke plays Cal. So Duke hasn't played a game since us. They play Cal tomorrow night. Then they've got Stanford, Virginia, Illinois, Miami. And then they have Florida State, Wake Forest, and
if
then
they lose one more game,
North Carolina.
We're number 1. We lost to Georgia Tech and Louisville, right? Those are our 2 losses ACC.
Yeah, we have Louisville and.
So if we went out and they lose one more game, we'll be.
So as the standings state right now, Duke is 12-1 at number 1 in the ACC. We are tied at, technically we are at second place with a 12-2 record, but Louisville has not played, has played 1 game less than us. So they're sitting at 11-2, and then Wake Forest at 10-3.
Okay.
So right now that is your top 4 ACC teams. So if we win out and Duke wins out, so Duke will be number 1 in the ACC, we'll be number 2 in the ACC.
You believe Auburn lost and stayed number 1? Duke lost and went to 3 from 2. I mean, I don't know who these guys are voting on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
but
it
what are you going to take a good 5 or 6 years of being solid and getting respect from the AP.
Like I said, I know after these past 2 games with beating Duke, beating North Carolina, we should definitely move up. And if we beat, like I said, if we win out, I don't know how we would not be in the top 10.
We'd have to do. I think we should be in the right around there anyway. But anyway,
I mean, the only team with SMU's not a pushover either. They're 18-5. Notre Dame is 10-13. Virginia is 12-12. Boston College 10-13, and Virginia Tech is 11-13. So the only team with a real winning record right now that we even face is SMU and Florida State. So we went out. You gotta put us in the top 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
So
I'm excited about this Victor Locking guy, man. 6'11", man.
And then what? You have the ACC tournament, right? So we'll be a high seed. Duke
we'll
be
get number 1, number 2 seed. Well, matter of fact, we'll get a bye. We won't have to play first round.
Yeah.
Which that always helps out.
Yeah.
And that's
if I'm not mistaken, I think the ACC tournament will be played in Charlotte this year. So if you come across some tickets for that, let me know.
Oh, sorry, I got text. Oh,
But hey, look, historic season going on right now with the men's basketball team.
baseball starting up.
Like I said, it really bothers me we lost that Georgia Tech game.
We just
It was a
officially
game we
went
should have
into.
lost. But like I said,
Well, like
you
I
look
said,
at you
I
look
think
at the stats. The stats alone tell you, 13 turnovers, 32.4%, three throws. We only had 36.4% of field goals. 46 rebounds though. 46 rebounds in that game. Now Georgia Tech had 15 turnovers and 56 rebounds, but they were also 25% at the free throw line, worse than us. But it's just that game we should not have lost.
Yeah.
Based on the numbers, the stats, we should not have
every
lost.
team have that. Every team has an off game, whether it's in football or basketball. We had it in football against Louisville. Notre Dame had it against West Michigan, whoever. Northern Illinois. But it wasn't like they just ran over us. We took them 3 overtimes. We still played that terrible for us.
I know, but like I said,
There's
what
something
angers
about
me
Clemson getting a week off.
when you could have won the game, when a 2-point basket would have won you the game, and you're over here wasting the clock down to seconds with a 3-pointer.
When we had a rest in football, we had a bye week and played a team that were favored by 21 points. We got smashed. And then we had basically a bye week or an off week. We didn't play the whole week, and we played Georgia Tech, and we lose. And then we played Duke, and then they think we're going to have a hangover from the big win and everything. We got to smash UNC, by 20 points last night. So a lot of it's momentum. I'm excited I'm excited. This Victor dude's got my attention, man. He's 6'11". The dude's out there. He's doing everything. He's doing hook shots. He's getting rebounds. He's blocking the ball. He's he's dunking the ball. The guy's I think he's the best player on the team right now.
Yeah.
At least the last couple of games. Chef's is pretty much consistent with getting rebounds and stuff. But Victor's, man, just kind of stood out lately. 5 block shots in the game is pretty good.
Dude,
without being called for a foul, because you call for a foul, 5 block shots. That's a biggie.
Victor Locken, man, dude, that guy, we have got to make sure he stays in the game more.
He's a character, man. He's old.
Yeah.
He gets all.
I love it, though. I love it.
You see in the locker room, we threw all the water on Brad Burnell and started getting up I like the guys. Yeah. They're talking about. They say he's the funniest guy on the team. They said he wants to be a stand-up comedian, and he's actually been at the comedy club and stuff. They said you better put that on hold, but he seems to have a pretty good sense of humor. But man, it was electric.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there, but unfortunately, my bank account can't handle a $600 ticket for a Duke basketball game. So I would have loved to have gone to the game last night, but being a weekday, you got the family obligations, and unfortunately, I'm about 2 hours away from Clemson, so it doesn't work that feasible to me. Now, I am in the process of trying to finish the season at that Virginia game, the Virginia Tech game. I'm hoping to make it to that one just because it's on a Saturday, and I believe I can get to that one.
Which was that?
The Virginia Tech game played March 8th on a Saturday at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I worry about tickets.
So I'm hoping to get some tickets to that and maybe be able to make that game. So
basketball games are fun, man. That shouldn't be like.
Hey, I'm a diehard Clemson fan. I've got family members in my family that are Alabama football fans, but UNC Tar Heel basketball fans in the basketball realm, and I'm just like, I can't do that. I'm Clemson all the way. It's football, baseball, basketball, golf, volleyball, swim team, track team, you name whatever sport it is. If it's Clemson on it, I'm cheering for them. So I can't be a championship chaser, if you will, with being an Alabama football team fan and a UNC basketball fan on the other side of that. So,
I love all sports, but man, I had to take all of them. One out of all of them, I'd rather have football national championships, but it'd be nice to have one basketball, championship, at least an ACC championship, making the Final Four. Yeah. And it's exciting because for years, I mean, basketball's just been bland. It's not been our sport. I mean, and then all of a sudden it looked like last year was going to be the same old. We went to ACC. First of all, we got denied the year before, and then we ended up going to NIT, and it should have been in the big dance, and then lost the first round. And then last year we get the ACC championship. Didn't really have that bad of a season, but not like it was this year. We lose to Boston College in the first round, I'm thinking. And everybody's on the fire Brad train. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so we get picked for the big dance. I kind of sat back and watched.
Look, I'll be one of the first ones to say that I was on the train to get rid of Brownell because I just felt like he was not going to get us there. He's been head coach of 15 years now at the basketball team, and he kind of seems to get us like we get right there to the verge of greatness, and then like we lose in the first round, or we don't get picked for the March Madness and we go to the NIT and lose in the first round as a top seeded team in the NIT, and it's like, what's going on here? Is it Brownell? What's the deal? And then last year comes around and we're on fire. We're winning. We're doing this. We don't beat Duke. We don't beat UNC. We get to the ACC championship. We don't win the ACC championship, but we do make it to the March Madness. And all of a sudden, here we go. Boom. We take off that team. Boom. Take out that team. Boom. Now we're down to the Elite Eight. And it's like, do we have the magic?
First game, you're like, okay, that's cool. We won first round. The second game, okay, it's cool. After about the third win, it started getting my attention.
Yeah.
And then everybody started getting excited.
Exactly. So,
we got beat by Alabama, who we beat earlier in the season. And
I know, and that's what makes me even more mad is to lose to a team that we know we have beaten.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying right now, don't sleep on Florida State. They've got to go into that Florida State game this Saturday with laser focus. Don't just say, oh, well, we thrashed them the first time we played them.
Well, they're playing at Florida State,
too. There and be laser focused, and they've got to stop turning the ball. If you were watching the game last night, how many turnovers were just bad dribbling?
Yeah.
Bad passing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could have beat them by 30 points. I mean, our defense, we were having them shoot, block and run out. I mean, we created a bunch of turnovers on our own, actually. But
one anyhow, I liked is that it looked like they definitely looked at film from the Georgia Tech game, because the Georgia Tech game, they kept going for threes, kept going for threes. The Duke game, they drove the basket, got them twos, get the twos, kind of took a three shot, would make it, go drive the basket, kind of, they were mixing it, but they were not just trying to go for threes all night. They did the same thing against UNC.
Yeah.
And, like I said, they were draining the threes in the Duke game and they were draining the threes in the UNC game because they weren't trying to just constantly make threes. They were driving the basket, nicking away, chipping away, getting those baskets, getting those 2 points, and moving on.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's a team that's harder to beat, in my opinion, is a team that drives the basket and gets those 2 points, maybe draws a foul, all right? Maybe draws a foul, but they're not dependent on the three-pointers. You just take a three-pointer just to add the bonus to it. You know what I mean? I think in the last two games, they definitely improved and they definitely changed.
Well, I mean, I'm amazed how they move that ball around. I mean, they're boom, boom, boom. They just, they're passing and getting around and getting open, and not just taking any old shot. They'll move it around a couple times to get an open shot. But hell, 48% from the 3-point line is about as best in the country as you can get.
Yeah.
I don't know what the average is.
But go back and count how many times they actually took the 3-point shot. And you'll see that, the percentage was high.
Well,
because they made a lot. They only had the attempts of, I wish I could find the 3-point attempts on that.
Well, we should have 40% for 12-1. I don't know the one we lost, but that was what I saw. That was the largest margin of victory ever against UNC with beating them.
Yeah.
And like I said, we don't beat them a lot in basketball. You remember we went for like forever at Chapel Hill. We couldn't win. Was it like
Well, we still haven't beat them in
50
Chapel
years
Hill
or
yet.
something? And about 8 or 9 years ago, we finally broke that record, that streak for them.
Yeah, we still haven't. Well, no, did we? Have we beat them in Chapel Hill? I don't think we have.
They beat us for like, they were talking about it been like 50 years or something. And like, I think it's 2018 we beat them at Chapel Hill. You can look it up. We may have beat, I think we beat maybe a couple times since then, but they went on a streak where we had gone up Chapel Hill. It may have been 30 years. I don't know, but I just remember that streak was broken. And I know it had to be before 20 because I was married and I was watching the house and remember we beat them. That's when I saw it happen. But this is crazy. They were talking, who's the UNC's head coach's name? It's his 4th year.
Yeah.
First year, he won a natty. Second year, he went to Final Four. Third year, I don't even think he made the tournament. And I don't think they're going to make it this year. And they talk about firing him. So you got a good chance that they're not going to make the NCAA unless they make a run in the ACC tournament. Their records, they've lost what, 10 games.
If I'm reading this stat right, it looks like we had 12 attempts, or we did 12 3-pointers out of 25. I guess that's what that is.
Well, I got Tiger Net had it at 48%, so whatever the math is on
Yeah,
that.
it's 48%. But I don't think we took 25 chances at 3-pointers. That just seems kind of high because I don't remember.
I think Larkin was like Victor's like 3 for 3 or something. I thought he was going to go on a 50-point run. He had 20 points.
Like I said, if I'm reading this right, we had 12 of 25. We made 12 out of 25 3-points. I don't know if that's right, but the Duke game was 4 out of 10 at 40%. Okay, so that makes sense then. So we did 4. We had 4 3-pointers that we made out of 10. Duke, man, they were, like I said, they were killing the 3-pointers. And that's why I was like, why are we even giving them the opportunity? They had 12 out of 24. They made 12 3-pointers out of 24. Now,
I woke up and I knew that we were going to win. I don't know how I knew. I just felt it. Even when we were behind, I knew we were going to come back.
And just to kind of tell you what I was trying to say here, all right, for the Georgia Tech game, we were 32.4%. We shot 37 3-pointers and only made 12 of them.
Yeah, that's not too good.
37, but that was my point. We shot 37 attempts of a 3-pointer. Okay? 37.
Everything I just think what happened there is they were looking ahead to the Duke game.
Very much
so. Saw Georgia Tech's coming into Little John. They had played it a week, and they weren't zoomed in. They weren't focused. I mean, they were just like they didn't think they were going to have a match. They thought they were winning by 20 points, and Georgia Tech came in there and they had different plans, and they just wanted it more. I mean, Georgia Tech's not a better.
Well, and this is why I was saying, like, I felt like they kind of must have watched the film and said, okay, this is where we went wrong. So you had 37 attempts of 3-pointers in the Georgia Tech game and only made 12 of those. All right. Yeah. In the Duke game, they only attempted 10.
Yeah.
So that tells you right there. Okay, look. All right.
If you notice,
we need to drive the basket. And that's what they need to do. Constantly drive the basket.
Yeah, especially Victor and Chef. But like I know, I mean, you watch football, baseball. I mean, not really baseball a little bit, more football, basketball, golf. You play a lot of golf. It's a sport. It's a momentum sport, man. Yeah. And when you got to lose that momentum, you got to get it back. And when you got the momentum and you're flowing, like we started out last night, and we had that momentum to flow going. And I don't think they were hungover from the Duke game. Everybody was thinking the announcers were like, we didn't know they played. This might be a trap game. But yeah, we played pretty solid last night, minus the turnovers. All right, so we got a couple things coming up. We got baseball starting on Friday. Head coach and main player Camarera, I never can say his name right. They're suspended from that June game against Florida, which I thought was stupid. So both of them got 2-game suspension. So that's Friday. We start baseball, and we'll have a long season there going to June. I think we came in ranked at number 8. And then we got some bananas coming to Death Valley on April, is it 26th? I want to say.
I believe that's correct.
Something like that on Saturday. I was going to get tickets. They've already been sold out. Mike tried to get tickets. They sold out within like 24 hours. I mean,
I saw a thing on that, and I don't think that this is. I'm pretty confident this was a clickbait article, but it kind of sparked the interest, if you will. I think it would be awesome if they could do it. They showed a baseball field at Death Valley for the Savannah Bananas game, and then making it where, like, okay, you could open this up to the Death Valley and have more fans attend.
Yeah.
But you play the game, the baseball game will be played in Death Valley. And I was like, dude, that would be awesome. I mean,
what does Doug Kingsmore Stadium hold? About 7,000, 10,000 maybe?
Yeah, it's not many.
So now you got 81,000. It's a big difference.
But most college baseball stadiums are like that, though.
Yeah.
They don't.
Well, back in the day, they used to watch. You watch, let's say, like Houston Astros. No, I don't know. That's a good example. Well, Houston Oilers, Houston Astros, or whatever, and they'd get into the baseball season, and you'd see actually on the football field, you could actually see the baseball field after they did it. So it's going to be interesting to see how they put the fence in there, or the engineering, or whatever you call that, the ground crew. They got to go in there, make a baseball field out of a football field, and the fence has got to be somewhere between 330 to 400 yards deep, and the deep end and shallow end.
Yeah. Well, field. I mean, they showed a diagram of like where the baseball, how it would be situated in the stadium, and I was just like, it was down by the west end zone.
Well, you think about it, man. A football field, you talk about 300 feet. 300 feet. A football 300 feet is 100 yards. There's 3 feet to a yard, so 100 yards is 300 feet, and then you got 10 yards on both of the end zones. That's 20 and 20. It's a little tight fit, I guess. The end zone, they hit the ball out. I don't know how the over the fence is going to be. It would be interesting to see that. I guess they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But we're going to sell a show for that. We're going to sell a show for spring game because we are the most exciting, fastest growing sports network in the nation. We're just getting started. Let's get it.
Yep. We got, we're still working on the details for the first inaugural I Bleed Orange golf charity tournament.
Need to have a call. We need to get everybody a call. It's a lot involved. Yeah. They got 2 sheets of paper. Need to start planning for that.
Yeah, we're still working on that. So anybody out there that'd like to get involved with that, sponsor that, be a sponsor of it, definitely reach out to one of us. But we are still working out the details for the first inaugural I Bleed Orange Sports Network charity golf tournament.
Me, you, and Randy and Brad on call next week and figure out.
Yeah. So
I can email you a copy of it. Yeah, we need
that'll be exciting.
That's going to be May 24th. And we're after this time, we're going to have it during the spring game. Being the first one, you a little bit more time to get organized. It's going to be the end of May. But from that point on,
got a golf tournament this Saturday to be exact.
Huh?
I said I actually have a golf tournament this Saturday. Talking about golf. So, hopefully the golf teams are going to be good this year. I know the women's team was pretty strong last year. I'm pretty excited for the women's softball team. I mean, they've had some, good couple years here. Hopefully they'll stay hot and they'll go from there. But good things coming, big things happening. What you got coming up there, Josh?
What I got coming up?
Yeah, what you got coming up?
far as what?
Anything. What you got?
Well, go to our website, oblateorangeclub.com. You put in Oblate Orange, it'll come up. I was looking at the website today, and we actually broke under 200 days. So we're 199 days. Once it gets to the low hundreds, it goes by fast. But, man, it's like, God, it seems like a long time. But it's like 6 months and 20 days. I don't know. Recruiting looks good. I'm telling you, everything I've seen in the off-season, and people have been getting on Dabo about this and Dabo about that, I think he's made some really great moves as far as coaching hiring. Brought in a guy from the NFL to help out, assist with the analytics, the defense. I love the defensive coordinator we got. Everybody's coming back pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, I mean, we picked up some guys, three players out of the portal.
I mean, some people got us in the national championship. I was looking at some stuff online. Some people got us in the Final Four of the football, but I think it's.
I think we can definitely get to that Final Four stage. I don't know if we'll be able to get to the crown jewel again this coming year.
I believe Cade's going
to
start where he stopped. I mean, he had a heck of a season, a lot better than the season he had before. So I'm excited about that.
I know a lot of media outlets have him as the Heisman front runner right now. So
yeah.
And we got, hopefully he'll come in strong and be a strong competitor.
Got TJ Moore, Brian Westcott. Both of them look solid.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy that we didn't lose anything on the wide receiver core. And the only thing that the only big hit we took in the offensive side of things is losing Phil Maffa and Brenningstool. But I'm pretty confident that our halfback core, there's going to be a stud that's going to come out of there this year. So
yeah, and I'm really impressed by Tom Allen. I mean, we got Sammy Brown back. We got Peter Woods coming back in his third year. We didn't lose a whole bunch from the defense. I'm excited about his excitement and the way he kind of relates to players and coaches. And he's not as intense as animals, but he's got the same enthusiasm and passion that he had. I like that. The more I see, the more I like. So I can't wait. We'll be having a spring game. We'll have a show. Anybody out there watching this, be on the show. We need sponsorship. And we'll be doing it down at Bixby on College Avenue again.
And just to kind of give a little bit of an honorable mention to the former Clemson Tigers that are now Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
Will Shipley, Jeremiah Trotter.
Oh, yeah.
Being part of the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl winning team that honestly I think no one expected to see the Eagles beat the Chiefs
the way
that bad. There's a lot of conspiracy theories running around right now about that Super Bowl, but hey, I was pulling for the Chiefs because I am a former Redskin, so I hate the Eagles. I don't like the Eagles. I will never ever cheer for the Eagles.
I was pulling for the Eagles, man, and I can stand them.
I will never pull for the Eagles. I
got sick. I don't care what anybody says. If you watch football this year, the Kansas City Chiefs, it started out like there was a bad call. Like in the first series, a terrible call. There was interference and it wasn't interference. Okay, here we go.
That interference call. I mean, you could be like, that could go either way.
I'm not a fan of either, but I was a fan of seeing. I did not want to see the Chiefs win it the third time in a row.
Look. Here's the thing. My thing about the Chiefs is this. I don't hate them and I don't love them, but they're like that neutral team that I could cheer for them.
Well,
they're okay.
I was impartial about
if it would have been the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, I would have chose any team against the Cowboys. Eagles, I can't stand the Eagles, so I would choose anybody over the Eagles. So Kansas City is that team that's like, if they win, they win. It don't bother me.
Kansas City had never won, I would be pulling for them. I just didn't want to see them win 3 in a row.
Hey, I was ready to see them make history. No one's ever done it. Three Super Bowls in a row. I thought that was just.
Let me think. Any of those Clemson players that won on Philadelphia, they now have a natty and a Super Bowl ring.
Well, DeAndre Hopkins was on the Kansas City side, and they tried to throw him the ball a couple times, but just couldn't get him.
But he didn't play Kansas City when they won. So
he didn't win a natty, but
Well, there have been a couple of Clemson players that have a natty. I mean, like I think Bostic, an 81 team, and who else? Jim Stuckey.
Yeah.
And they're probably a
But,
few.
I know that Will Shipley and Jeremiah Trotter were on the Philadelphia Eagles team. I was surprised that, we didn't see Shipley come in towards the end there. But, hey, Shipley, I don't think he's going to get a lot of playing time with being right behind Saquon Barkley. I mean, come on. It's Saquon. Hopefully, Shipley will get a chance.
Nobody's going to get that dude right there. Well, who got him? Josh Allen got the MVP.
Yeah.
But it could have easily got to Saquon Barkley. That dude's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Did you see him play in the snow? That blizzard? I mean, what did he get, like 250 yards, 60 yards?
Dude, Saquon Barkley is a beast.
He's a freaking beast.
The Giants made – I don't know if they made the right choice or the worst choice in letting him go, but I know all the Giants fans are sitting here watching Philadelphia win the Super Bowl with Saquon and just kind of like, really? But like I said, I'm a former Redskins fan. Like I said, I still
I was pulling for y'all.
Or I guess I should say the Commanders, but I can't.
Y'all are the Redskins, man. I don't call them. I still call the Balo.
I can't call them the Commanders.
Center is still the Balo Center to me.
Yeah. But, I can't call them the Commanders, but
y'all's quarterback had a hell of a season, man. Unbelievable. And I thought y'all had a chance to just win your day and play Philadelphia, I guess.
But
best team here.
Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for winning the Super Bowl.
All right,
they literally came in with absolute dominance, and beat probably the best team you could probably beat in the NFL. So,
you won't see. We start getting some guests on here until we get closer to football. I just hadn't really called around. I saw watching. Did you see the game last night on TV where Wayne Buckingham and Dabo?
Oh yeah.
I goes there's Dabo.
Wayne and whatnot getting a little FaceTime with Dabo.
Yeah, on TV, pretty cool.
Yeah, I was happy to see Dabo in attendance last night. I was hoping he would be at the Duke game, but
Dabo wanted to be a basketball player instead of football. Dabo, Dabo can't be but 5'9".
I thought I would assume Dabo would have been at the Duke game, but I guess he just couldn't get and go to that game or whatever. But he was at the game last night, and it was good to see him, his wife, and his son. And I think that was it. He has a daughter, doesn't he? Dabo has a daughter, right?
I don't think so. I think it's all boys.
Well, I thought
he's got like 3 boys.
There was a young girl there that I thought maybe was his daughter. So
I saw his wife and I saw one of his sons. I think he's got all boys. I don't think they have a daughter.
I thought he had a daughter, but I could be wrong. All right, well, check it
out.
Friday. We got basketball on Saturday. We got big things happening in the IBO.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Stay tuned. Come join us next Tuesday at 7.
Hey, join. It's free, guys. It's free. Join. A lot of people watch this and they don't join it. All you got to do is push the subscribe button. It helps us out. We want to get we start monetizing on this and take it to the next level. And we only do that by getting more people joining, more people subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Big things happening.
Watch. You got YouTube at home. You put YouTube on your YouTube channel and pull up all our game day shows, all our podcasts, all our live shows, and everything else.
No.
All right.
Go Tigers.
All right. Go Tigers.